Hey everybody, how are you all doing? Hope good. So, welcome back to my channel, Priyanka's Education Videos. And today's topic is going to be about bacteria. In the last video, I have explained about the introductory parts, which included the types and also the structure, basic structure. And in this video, I'm explaining about the bacterial nutrition. So without any delay, let's get started. Now, what exactly is nutrition all about? Yes, generally we consider nutrition as the food the organism intake by which it obtains energy to survive. Yes, so that is all about bacterial nutrition. Any organism, like any other organism, bacteria also require energy and nutrients to grow, to multiply, and to survive. And it has got many ways, the bacteria use many ways to acquire the energy and nutrients. So let us see what are all the ways by which bacteria obtain energy and nutrients. So the first method, or the first way by which bacteria obtain energy is by photosynthesis. Yes, why we are calling it as photosynthesis is because, like plants, if you have any idea about the plant photosynthesis, you will understand this thing. So like plants, few bacteria are also able to utilize the light energy and produce glucose. Yes, that is nothing but by undergoing the process of photosynthesis. Like in case of plants, bacteria are also able to produce energy, producing energy giving substances by which they can maintain themselves. Okay, now the first thing was photosynthesis. The next is, as we have discussed in the previous videos, in the very beginning of my channel, I have explained that microorganisms also decompose the dead and decaying organic matter. So it is also one of the way by which the bacteria obtain its nutrients. It depends upon its survival, or the survival of bacteria depends upon the that particular process of decomposition of dead and decaying organic matter and also waste. And one more important method by which it makes it make its nutrients is by breaking down the chemical compounds. Yes, now by seeing these processes, you must have got an idea. If you go back to my videos, I have explained that by performing these processes only, because of their survival processes only, these bacteria are serving as important tools in various applications industrially. So the decomposition part, yes, it is a very important step in the atmospheric cycles by which the nutrients are balanced in the atmosphere. So when these nutrients are balanced, then only the life on the ecosystem is possible, or the life will be going on in a balanced way. So these are all the processes which are very crucial to maintain the ecological balances as well. So let us see the next slide. Now, the very first process by which the bacteria obtains nutrients and energy was photosynthesis. So let us see. Uh, Photosynthetic bacteria use the energy that they derive from sun or sunlight. So that is called as light energy. So that energy will be utilized in order to make their food. So using light energy, these bacteria convert carbon dioxide and water into glucose and oxygen. Now, this glucose is then converted into usable energy. So whatever the energy required for the bacteria will be given by this glucose produced by the process of photosynthesis, which is performed like in case of plants, utilizing the sunlight and utilizing the light energy. I hope it is clear. So obviously glucose is acting like a food, or it is a food for bacteria. So these bacteria are sometimes called as blue-green algae. So the bacteria which are able to perform the process of photosynthesis and produce the energy giving substance glucose are called as blue-green algae. They are not exactly the algae, but they are called as blue-green algae. So example of which is cyanobacteria. Now next is decomposers. This group of bacteria depend upon dead, decaying organic matter for their nutrients and energy. They break down the wastes and dead organisms into smaller molecules. So, here in the decomposers, as I have already discussed, that they break down the complexity of the dead organic matter and they convert them into the smaller molecules, and those smaller molecules, be it carbon, nitrogen or oxygen, hydrogen, again they will be utilized by the bacteria for their own growth and survival. So if you want to, this is just the brief of what exactly is decomposition. So if you want to understand decomposition, it is again in detailed topic or a subject which involves, a few bacteria depends upon few kinds of dead decaying organic matter. Likewise, like based on the kind of bacteria, the process of decomposition will differ. So let us see the next, that is chemotrophs, which I told you that few bacteria are able to also break down the chemical compounds which are present in their environment. Now this is a very important property of a bacteria, because of which they are able to even degrade certain hazardous compounds like hydrocarbons, like the compounds, the chemical compounds which are causing great harm to the atmosphere. So that kind of compounds are also being found to be broken by the bacteria for their own growth and survival. So those group of bacteria are called as chemotrophs. An example of one of these chemicals, so that is the other point. Now next is, so an example of one of these chemicals broken down by bacteria is nitrogen containing ammonia. So nitrogen is not generally made by living organisms, but it has to get continuously recycled in the atmosphere, because it is an important element, or it is an important molecule uh, which makes other organic compounds of other organisms like DNA and proteins. So that nitrogen will be made available by these bacteria. They break down the nitrogen containing compounds and make the nitrogen available for the living organisms in order to build up other organic compounds, which are very much essential, because it is not naturally made by it cannot be naturally made by the living organisms. It has to depend upon other group of organisms. So in that way, these bacteria are playing a crucial role, that they are able to break down the chemicals which are consisting of nitrogen like ammonia. Now that, so when they break down the ammonia, the nitrogen gets separated from that particular compound and will be made available for the other organisms in order to make their organic compounds like DNA and proteins. One more process by which they obtain energy is mutualism or symbiosis. So, mutualism or symbiosis is nothing but a beneficial association between two organisms in which both the association will benefit both the organisms. Now, how shall it benefit? Just we'll see. Let us see. Some bacteria live in the roots of legumes. Okay, these the bacteria, they are living in the roots of the legumes, like leguminous plants, like you can say the take the example of a pea plant or a groundnut, and fenugreek also is a leguminous plant. So if you observe their roots, they are consisting of nodules. So in that nodules will be present the bacteria, and what these bacteria will do, they break down the compounds which are consisting of nitrogen. Like in case ammonia is present, these bacteria, what they will do, they will break down the ammonia and they will separate the nitrogen, and they will make them, they will serve nitrogen to the plant. Okay, they will separate the nitrogen molecule and give it to the plant, and in turn the plant will provide the nutrients for the bacteria to survive. So it is a kind of what can we say, it is a kind of contract between the two bacteria and the plant in order to support each other for their growth and survival, wherein nitrogen will be supplied by the bacteria, and in turn the roots will supply the nutrients for the growth and survival of the bacteria. Again, it is an in detailed subject or a topic to clearly understand, but here I am only giving the brief of those all things. Other mutualistic bacteria include gut microbiome. So, as I already told that human gut is made up of many millions of bacterial cells, which are actually helping the human body in digestion, and also they are killing the other harmful group of bacteria. I mean, they are avoiding other bacteria to produce any kind of infection, to cause any kind of infection. If at all other harmful bacteria is attacking the human body, the gut microbiome helps in, or it prevents the attack of other harmful group of bacteria. Now, parasitism. Parasitism is a kind of process in which the bacteria causes the disease. Okay, but poor bacteria, it doesn't know that it is exactly causing the disease, but in that process it is working for its survival, but in that process it is causing harm to the other cell. So in that process it is also causing disease. So this process is called as parasitism, this association, or when this bacteria depends upon other cells for its food. In that particular process, it kills the other cell or other bacteria. It can be other bacterial cell, or it can be any human body or a animal. So in this particular process, it kills or harms the other cells. So these bacteria depend on other organisms or cells for nutrition and survival, and are called parasitic in nature, and the process is called as parasitism. Okay, so in this process only the bacteria will produce the disease or infection and so on. Okay, in this case the other organism or cell is harmed or killed on which the bacteria depends upon. So these are all the processes, the above processes, which included the photosynthesis, decomposition, chemotrophs, and mutualism or symbiosis, and the next is parasitism. So these are all the ways by which the bacteria tries to obtain its nutrients and energy. So I hope it is clear. Thank you for watching.